Hey, welcome to our YouTube channel. I want us to tackle a very important question that affects the lives of every human being, including yourself. The question is, what is the best type of diet for good health? I once saw a debate between two medical doctors about which diet type is the healthiest. One of them claimed that the vegetarian diet and lifestyle is a path to good health, while the other doctor claimed that a meat-based diet is the ultimate path to good health. Which of them is right and which is wrong? You see, that discussion made me realize how much people must have been fed with advice that do not capture the whole truth. And that's why we created Nutritina, to be a source of relevant and accurate information about anything nutrition. We want to be your partner on this journey to good health. Kindly click the subscribe button so you'll be one of the first to be notified when we upload a new video. Now, let's come back to the question. What is the best type of food for good health? I intended getting the most scientifically accurate answer to this question. And after several hours of research, of going through different articles, the best advice I found is that of Michael Pollan, who said, "Eat food, not too much, mostly plants." You see, although this advice looks simple, with just 7 words, but if you look deeply into the meaning, you realize that it captures the very foundation of healthy eating, and it also puts the health of the environment into perspective. Okay, let's dive in. The first 2 words are eat food. And what it means here is that you should eat real foods and not what we call dead foods. There's a difference between real foods and edible substances that we call food. Real foods include both plant and animal sources, and they are your vegetables, your fruits, whole grains, fish, and meat. Real foods are edible foods that have not had their natural qualities destroyed. Real foods are foods that can spoil. Yes, they can hardly last a few weeks, not to talk of months or even years, except for a few of them though, like honey. Real foods do not have a list of ingredients and preservatives that help them last long on the shelf. And the list can go on and on and on, but I think you get the picture now. Let's move on to the second phrase, which is not too much. You see, even when you are eating only real foods, it's still very important that you eat in moderation. What this essentially means is that you should only eat out of necessity, and you should stop eating once the necessity has been satisfied. Your gut is not a garbage where you throw things that you don't need, and neither is it a closet where you store things for later use. Everything that comes into your body, and especially when it comes through your mouth, affects the whole of your body in one way or the other. When you eat the right types of food and in the right proportion, your body is able to extract nutrients that it uses to keep you healthy. But when you overeat, especially when it becomes regular, you expose yourself to the risk of diseases and disorders of nutritional excess. And these are obesity, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and so much more. Aside this, eating in moderation also benefits the environment. And the most obvious way that happens is in the reduction of food waste, supporting sustainable agriculture, protecting natural resources, and reducing greenhouse gas emission. Something you should know about eating in moderation is that there's no rules of thumbs here. It requires a good level of mindfulness to understand when you need to eat and how much food is good enough for you. So the more you are mindful of the amount of food you eat, the more you're able to caution yourself. Now to the last part of the advice, which is mostly plants. This actually sounds self-explanatory enough. We've said that real foods include both plant and animal food sources. And that's because both plant and animal-based diets contribute well to the supply of nutrients required for good health of humans. But not one of them is able to deliver all the nutrients your body needs. And that's why people who follow strict vegetarian lifestyle would often take supplements to supply certain nutrients that are almost exclusively found in animal-based products. But still, we are saying try and make plant-based foods the majority of foods you consume. This is actually a more complete truth than what the 2 doctors initially claimed. And the reason for this is that plant-based foods like fruits and vegetables have potentially more health benefits than animal-based foods. And they've also been shown to reduce the risk of several conditions such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and certain types of cancer. Plus the fact that animal production contributes to greenhouse gas emissions and deforestation much more than plant production process does. But like I said earlier, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to deciding how much more plant-based foods to eat compared with animal-based foods. Instead, what you should strive for is to include as many varieties of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes as the foundation and the bigger portion of your diet. Then add a lesser portion of animal foods such as lean meat and poultry, fish and other seafood, and eggs and dairy products. But make sure it's also significant enough to provide you with the nutrients you need from them. And there you have it, the best advice on what to eat and how to eat them for good health. With this advice in place and a good level of consistency, you should be on your way to good health. But now comes another important question, which is, which nutrients are most important for maintaining good health and which foods supply them best? These are the topics we'll be addressing on this channel. So do well to click the subscribe button that you may be notified every time we drop a new video. And also, do not forget to hit the like button and feel free to drop any questions you might have in the comment section below. Thank you and see you soon.